What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Rideshare Hub. Happy New Year, happy 2020. I hope you guys all had a killer night if you were out there hustling on New Year's Eve. I put in a 14-hour shift. I made $25 an hour through 14 hours, so I mean, I did well. Could have done so much better. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about some of my crazy stories from, this was just last night for me. I don't know when you guys are going to be watching this, but I'm literally on 4 hours of sleep. I got done at 4, couldn't really fall asleep because I slammed a rock star at like 2 a.m. Didn't fall asleep until like 6, woke up at 10. Feel like a machine right now. I'm going to go out and actually Uber again later. Yeah, Happy New Year. Real quick, I just want to plug Play Octopus. This is just such a ridiculously good service. It's kind of self-explanatory in the sense that this company sends you a tablet with games on it for free. You give it to passengers to play. You make money when they're playing games. So this is the introverted driver's dream. Don't talk to anyone. Be like, hey, play this tablet. You look legit. You make more money. They're happy. You get tipped. It's like gonna increase your earnings like crazy. No brainer. But on a serious note, guys, this really is a dope service. Here's why I think it's really useful, because I have a lot of these awkward rides where I can't tell if they want to talk or not. And usually what ends up happening is I say something not dumb, but it's just obvious that I'm trying to spark a conversation. It's not like I'm saying something that I really feel like they intentionally need to hear. Like, for example, saying something like, hey, do you think this is the best route to your place? That's like a good intentional conversation. Like, that's something that in their eyes you're gonna need to ask them, and hopefully it sparks some natural conversation. Versus me being like, after I asked them how their day was and they said, oh, it was pretty good, and then the conversation kind of dies. If I'm trying to spark it up again, a lot of times I'll bring up like something random I see when I'm driving, and it's just kind of obvious, and they'll kind of do like a little pity laugh and then go back to texting. So when you have something like Play Octopus, what I think is the real beauty of it, and I think this is how you guys should use it, is if you're in those awkward moments, that's a great thing to just be like, hey, I don't know if this would interest you, but this company sent me this tablet with games on it. If you'd like, you can check it out, And then you look like, for one, you're trying to offer them the best service you can. It's a conversation filler because they're going to ask questions about it, probably ask about the company, and then you're starting to talk with them. So they either end up playing the game or you get more natural conversation, and that's the key to getting really good tips. So I think it's worth checking out. You get it for free. Link in the description. Guys, 2020, take advantage of things like this. It's like, we got to be done with the days of putting off things like this because we think it's cheesy. We think it's a hoax. It's free. It's literally risk-free to try this. So link in the description. You guys got to get in there and give it a shot. Okay, so real quick, just in case you guys didn't see my earnings video, I'm going to fill you guys in on that. So I ended my night, I needed to give one more ride to get a $35 quest, and I was out of driving time. And I ended my previous ride in a $5 surge. I would have literally made at least an extra $40 by giving one more ride. That stung like a mofo. I can't even tell you guys like how much it really frustrated me. And I even I don't know if when you run out of driving time, like, it doesn't like boot you off. Like, it does technically boot you offline, but your app will still look like you're online. I literally sat there for like 10 minutes hoping it would like glitch up and give me an extra ride. So like, imagine like I'm out there at like literally 3:45 a.m. and I'm like, please, like, something happen here. Like, so I had to really like sit back and like kind of meditate a little bit, because I was like, I'm gonna be like ticked off, and I'll be so ticked I won't be able to sleep if I keep thinking about this. So the one silver lining to my night, and granted guys, I finished with 375. It was a good night. It wasn't a bad night, and I made $25 an hour. It was a good night. It just, I feel like I could have made like 500 if I had really done the night right, because I made a lot of other mistakes. But go watch my earnings video to see what I screwed up. Most of it was breaking my own rules. That was like the other maddening thing about it, is I was like, if I would have listened to my own advice, we wouldn't be here right now. Okay. So, in a previous video, I talked about the three little hoodlums I gave a ride to. That's a pretty funny story. You guys are definitely gonna want to check that one out. But the other one I really wanted to tell was, and this didn't directly happen to me, but this was one of the funniest, craziest stories I've ever heard in my life that this girl told me. And I had to share this because I was like literally like almost in tears. Like I was laughing so hard when she told me this story. So this was earlier in the night. This is probably like 9 or 10 when I dropped these girls off. And so I asked them how their new year was going, and they were like, oh yeah, you know, we're just going out to dance. Both of them had just like pretty recently gotten out of kind of bad relationships. The one girl had been with this guy for 4 years and he cheated on her. And the other girl, this is the story I've just got to tell you guys. This is unfreaking real. So I can't even remember how we got into this, but she basically starts telling me about her ex. I think we were all talking about our exes, you know, like little coyotes licking each other's wounds, right? So she said, okay, I remember, because I said something about how I was just joking with them. I made a joke about myself. I was like, oh, I feel like a pathetic excuse for a man because, there was something at my apartment I couldn't fix. There's some random, I'm always telling people BS stories, but this was a real story. So then she goes, well, I wouldn't say he's a pathetic excuse of a man, and I was like, what? And she's like, oh, and I was like, you're hesitating. I was like, you're deciding if you want to tell me this or not, but I was like, I'm your Uber driver. Who am I going to tell besides all of YouTube? So she starts opening up about this story. So she had recently gotten out of a relationship, like 8-year-long relationship. So what happened was, she didn't explain what happened here, but basically her and her ex had broken up, and because of the scenario they were in, they were splitting bills, so he was going to live with her basically a little longer until she found a roommate to help with the rent, and he found a new place. And they said that she said that it actually ended up like it was a real cordial ending. They were both in agreement about it. And so, you know, she said they were able to make it work. It really wasn't that bad. And I was like, that's nutty. I don't know how you do that. So she said where things got really complicated was she went out of town for 2 weeks, and she said she had never really realized how much, sorry, making sure this person isn't pulling out because I'm like right behind their car. She'd never really realized how much she was like actually having to like take care of him. So she said there was a lot of things she did in the house that like she never thought he was like lazy. She just, you know, was just cleaning and doing stuff that she did and never really thought about it. So when she was gone for 2 weeks, what happened is this dude clogged the toilet. And apparently whenever the toilet was clogged, she was the one who always unclogged it. She wasn't there. Keep in mind, she told me this dude's 30 freaking years old. And like literally, you guys, I swear to God, she's telling me all this. Like, this story gets so ridiculous. So this dude doesn't know how to unclog a toilet, and so rather than even calling maintenance to come do it, dude defecated in the kitchen garbage can. And on top of it, he never changed the trash. So he's like living in this apartment for the 2 weeks she's gone, and it's smelling like literally like crap all day long. I was like, literally, I was laughing so hard when she told me this part, because I was like, first of all, I was like, you tried to not call this dude a poor excuse for a man? I was like, anybody who can't unclog their own toilet's a poor excuse for a human being. Like, I'm sorry, but that's, for one, disgusting. Like, don't make other people suffer through that. Anyways. Okay, I'm like rabbit trailing. So this one's crazy. So she gets back. He hasn't changed the trash, and he's been using it as the bathroom every day. She said she gets back, the place literally smells like a landfill, like just disgusting. And so that, she said for her, that was it. She's like, this is the last straw. Like, she realized that's how like lazy he was, is that like she had never thought about how she would always do it and he never could. So then she's like, you need to like deal with that. ASAP. Like, you need to figure that out. I don't want to be near you. I don't want to be near this apartment. Like, you need to deal with that ASAP. So he didn't even take it out. He ties it up. One trash bag he was using that whole time. And all he did was he set it by the door. And so she ended up being the one who took it out. And she said that was the final straw. And she said it's like a really weird scenario because she said he's like crazy nice. He's just like, I don't know if he was like spoiled growing up or what, but like, so the dude was in there for weeks, or two weeks, probably like a week and a half. Like, I'm sure the first few days he was fine. Clogs the toilet. Then he's freaking using the kitchen garbage can. Doesn't change it once. How do you live in that? How? I can't imagine. I'd go, if I had a roommate that did that, like, I think I'd knock him out. I think I'd literally just lose my mind over that. So yeah, I wanted to share that. It was like probably one of the funniest stories like anybody's ever told me. And when you hear it from like her side, and like you can hear a little bit of pain in her voice even when she's telling it, like remembering what that experience was like, it was literally one of the funniest stories anybody has ever told me in Uber and Lyft. So yeah, I'll let you guys go on that. If you had any great stories, leave them in the comments so we can all hear it. New Year's is a great night. New Year's Eve is a great night for like some of your more iconic stories. Other than that, I didn't really have anything crazy unless you saw my last video. Everyone else was actually pretty good. I did stay away from the craziest bar areas kind of by accident though, so maybe I just got lucky. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like it, subscribe to the channel. Happy 2020. Let's kill it this year's. Let's kill it this year, guys. Jeez, I'm like dyslexic or something. But yeah, so I'm out. Have a good day, guys.